My name is Natasha Duo. I'm originally from California. I'm a PhD student at the Archaeology department in UCC. I am a zooarchaeologist, and my thesis is looking at wild animals in late prehistoric Ireland. It was kind of a long process of love and just kind of trying to figure out my way in the education world. I originally came to UCC as an undergraduate because it was one of the only schools that could teach human osteology abroad. It was either that or I would go to Turkey. So I kind of went for a university that spoke English, and I loved the department there and made a connection there. Human osteology is the study of human bones, but within the department, they focus on human bones from archaeological sites. I'm looking at wild animals in late prehistoric Ireland. Before, there's not much evidence for wild animals from sites, and there hasn't been much study on it. But within the last about 15 years, there's been a lot of excavations that have brought material up, new material that can be looked at, that can answer a lot of questions. So I'm looking at red deer, I'm looking at hare, and foraging, hunting, so also how they would use materials, so antler materials to make products, also in funerary aspects, so all the different things that wild animals can tell us, also environmental indicators. Wild animals can tell us how people would subsidize their diet in prehistory. So we know that in late prehistory they were mainly relying on domestic animals, but they also would use wild animals to add to the diet. We all like, to have different types of food every once in a while. We can also look at what kind of environment people were living in. So smaller animals like rodents can tell us the kind of general environment. If there is fish bones, if there's certain kind of birds, they come from certain environments. So we can learn a lot about from wild animals.
Sorry, I've disappointed lots of people today with that.
Bears would probably be the most exotic. There is evidence for them up to the Bronze Age, I believe, but they don't come up that much. I really want to work in a museum. One day I would love to be a curator in the department of maybe zoology, also in archaeology. So my background is actually, as an undergraduate, I was a biology student first. So I have a love of biology and specifically zoology. It definitely helps to have a biology degree coming into it. Everyone comes into archaeology from different areas, but specifically because what I'm looking at is very science-based, having a background in science is very beneficial, having that kind of grounding in it and understanding. So yes, it is very beneficial, especially in the environmental aspects of archaeology. The archaeology department has been really good at working with the environmental areas as well, incorporating that. And we have a long history of that. For example, Peter Woodman, he was the head of the department for a while, and he looked at animals in the Paleolithic times and Mesolithic, and he really used a lot of environmental science within that. So there is a great history of incorporating the two within the department, which is very nice.